then in the event that things have not worked, and we always say it's healthy to step out, then it means that the mom will go her way with probably the kids. A clear indication then there'll be, you know, an absenteeism at some point in time. So at what point then do we come to salvage this? Do we bring on board you know, a father figure, or how do we address that?
Yeah, that is now what we are talking about. Now in Kenya, we need this, where this woman would want to get help. Because most of the times that we think, that guy is the problem. So alikuwa ananichapa, ananifanya nini, and so when I get out, I think I'm okay. So the thing is, look for help. Look for a counselor, a therapist who can work with you. First of all, because you are already sick by the emotional traumas that maybe you went through there, even the children, look for help. Then when you are relaxed, we might look for, now he will help you or she will help you see the way forward. Do we involve a father figure? Do we also maybe want to help this father? As much as we are separate, he takes his responsibility. Not where we think we go to court, we force you to do things, and you know, it will also traumatize the kids. So the better thing is, yes, we don't want you to stay in a bad marriage where you are abused and all that, but look for help. Even when you get out, look for help. And I hope the government will get where that we get therapists near to the society. You know, like in the hospitals, you know, when I go there, I will get a therapist, because most of the people don't know. You know, you say a counselor, go to Ushago and talk about a counselor, they're thinking, okay.
I know.
You know.
So some of them look at it as though it's an expensive affair. And you'd rather, you know, get that free advice from an old person at home and everything is paid instead of spending some money on it. And now, coming to that space, because then I always liked referring to this, because then it was the latest, of course, in regards to, you know, family setups and how relationships are as it is. It was the latest research, and that was in 2019, where there was that declaration that the home is no longer considered as a safe space for the woman. Maybe that's the reason why most of the people will always talk about the women, as in that is not a place they can run to, because that is where, of course, the toxicity is at the highest of levels. So most of them would opt out. You know, you want to go to the office and stay late and get back home late when, of course, everyone else is asleep. And, you know, as a woman, then again, you're not allowed to do that. At least for a month, they can say, I'll go out and then come back late, and no one is going to question that. So when we come to that point where we want to say that we want to set up measures or come up with measures that are supposed to be considered towards ensuring that you make the best of your relationship, ensure that it is, you know, healthy for that matter. What are some of the key things that we should start with? You know, even before you get into marriage, even before it gets to, you know, that level of courtship and all that. Are there early stages and measures and precautions that we should take, so that at least we ensure that when we are into it, then it is indeed a healthy process?
Thank you. I think one of the most important things before getting into a marriage is to take time and understand what marriage is. What marriage means, and what is required for you when you get into marriage, and of course what is expected of your partner, so that by the time you are getting into a marriage relationship, you are prepared and you know what the package is and what is your part in that particular marriage and what you're supposed to do. No one is born with a manual, or no one goes into a marriage with a manual on how it will work. But there is usually an opportunity for one to seek to know before they get there, because resources are out here and they are available. But what happens today is people walk into marriage very easily, and they also leave it very easily. And if they don't leave, they suffer in it, and it never meets the expectation they had when they were getting into it. Today you have religious institutions, churches providing what is referred to as premarital counseling, which is good if it's well structured and meant to equip that particular person with the necessary information and give them the skills that they need to use when they are into marriage. Of course, we also have them happening in some institutions, counseling institutions, marriage institutions. They are providing. So if one is willing to interrogate and understand before they get into it, it's very important.
Right.
So that we avoid these situations where you have people at the age of 15, 17, 18, first they are still children, they have jumped into marriage, they have very limited information of what marriage is. Perhaps the best they know is cook, bring money home, work in the farm, have children, have sex, period.
That's it.
But if there is that moment of reflecting what it means for you in your life, in relation to your career, in relation to who you are as an individual, then one would also have an opportunity to scout for a person who can support or they can rhyme with as they move together in marriage.
Right.
So having the necessary information is usually very important.
All right, of course, this and much more we come to proceed with, of course, after this break, because there's still so much so in regards to equally how then we step from that side of talking about now the two key figures, that is the mother and the father, or maybe the two people who are in love, and then we talk about the children who are equally involved, the family members, the friends outside who are equally involved, because clearly they also play a huge role towards ensuring that, you know, a family setup is well balanced and a family setup sort of feels like comfortable in what they consider a family. So we'll discuss that and much more after this break.